Okay, me again. We're going to do a couple more of these. And the next one I'm going to do with you from the homework is convert 85 base 10 to base 4. So what I want you to take a look at are first our powers of 4, right? So, I went to the wrong slide. Sorry, guys. 4 to the... It does not like me writing that far over in the corner, so hold on. All right, I'll write a little bit lower. 4 to the 0 is 1. 4 to the 1 is 4. 4 squared is 16. 4 cubed is 64. And that's actually as far as we're going to need to go for our powers of 4 because 85 is just slightly above 64. So let's go ahead and begin with our hat. 85, and we're going to test 4 cubed first. So this is the number of times, and remember, you don't need to write this, but it's just to help us out. 64 goes into 85, and that only goes in once, so I'm going to take away the 64. Again, I like to write this because the next number I'm going to have to check is 4 squared, and then I'm going to do 81 minus 64, which gives me 21. So now I want to know the number of times, and remember we're checking 4 squared, so that's 16, goes into 21 now. That happens only once again, so we're going to take away 16, and I'm going to be left with a 5, and the next number I have to check that goes in is 4 to the 1. So here, what is 4 to the 1? That's just 4, right? So this is going to be the number of times 4 goes into 5. I'm sensing a pattern here. This happens only one time again. So I'm going to subtract that 4. And the next thing we check is 4 to the 0, which is just 1. And our difference is 1 again. So this last one is the number of times 1 goes into 1. And again, oops, I got ahead of myself. This only happens one time, so I take away that value, and I get my 0 remainder, which is what I'm looking for. So again, in order to write this, we would write the 4 numbers that I now see on the right-hand side of the box and the new base. So 85 base 10 is equal to 1,111 base 4. All right, one more in this video. So the next one I'm going to do, I skipped the base 5s because we did so many base 5s in class and we're a little bit more familiar with base 5. We only did one base 6 conversion in class, so I'm also putting this video together for you guys. So we're going to check 6 to the 0, that's 1. 6 squared is 36. And honestly, oops, guys, what's wrong with me? 6 to the 1 is 6. And 6 squared is 36. And honestly, that's as far as we need to go because 6 cubed was 216, which we found the other day, and that's too big. So we're going to start with 105 in the middle, and we have to see how many times 6 squared goes in. So this is going to be the number of times 36 goes into 105. And that actually can go in twice. And then I want to stress that we have to take away 2 36s. So now we're going to take away 72, which is 2 times 36. So one more time. This number in red is found by doing 6 squared times 2. Right? I take the 2 numbers on the outside. I take the 2 numbers on the outside and I multiply them. I'm going to uncircle them because it makes them seem more important. But I just want you to know how I got that number. Okay, so now we're going to do 105 minus 72. So let's figure out what the difference there is. We get 31. And so right now we want to check 6 to the 1 because we already checked 6 squared. So now we want to know the number of times 6 goes into 31. And that actually goes in 5 times. And then we're going to do what is 6 times 5, right? So again, in red, just one more time. 6 to the 1 times 5 is how we got that number down there. And we want to subtract to find our difference so that we can keep dividing. Okay, so my final hat, I'm checking 6 to the 0, which is equivalent to 1. And I have 1 left over. So this is the number of times 1 goes into 1. This is very boring, right? So it happens exactly 1 time, which means that we take our 3 numbers on the left hand or on the right hand side of the box and we say that 105 base 10 is equivalent to 251 base 6. Okay, hopefully these videos help you feel a little bit more confident about breaking numbers down from base 10 into other bases. And if you're still worried about part 2 of the homework, then go check out the video I made for page 15, the problem that we weren't able to finish in class. It's very similar to questions in part 2, except they're talking about different bases. All right, good luck. Let me know if you have questions.